Hey everybody, welcome back to the viewing party. This is X's for Show. I'm Nico.
I'm TK.
And I'm Tori.
And I'm your producer, KEVO. Jonah is not going to be joining us perhaps for a part of this broadcast, but we are still ready and raring to go. We are excited to react to RDR Live.
Yeah, I got to start. I'm not a big RDR fan. I think it's cute, but like I think it's one of those things where like when you try to write sketches about sketches, you usually miss the mark a little bit. But
yeah, I wish they would do a drag queen comedy sketch show.
Yeah.
And I'd love if World of Wonder produced it. I'd love to figure out a way for it to be tied to Drag Race. But as a Drag Race challenge, I don't know. I mean, like, you know, my thing is always that the writing on any like scripted challenge, just like, I would love to see something that had really good, especially comedy, like really good comedy writing, so that really good comedy queens could like show their chops for a minute.
Yeah, well, just the show's on. I just want to kick in. Show is on. The girls are reacting to that mirror message, and
Poor Dee Dee.
poor Dee Dee. And I just want to say there was a video going around saying that Drag Race is unwatchable. They mean physically, not reactionally. And so I know a lot of people are watching this to get what's going on. We are wiping down that mirror. Mandy Mango is serving it. I am so proud of her. She did so good. I thought she killed that dance.
Especially with that table.
Truly.
Yeah, I think I think she gave it a really good shot. I think she showed a lot of energy. I think she really showed RuPaul, I want to be here. And I think that was very helpful towards her case.
Oh, yeah. So Jane seems that we watched this in the preview for this episode. Jane is kind of like the energy changed. I can't believe everybody's like, you won and you were in the top. Target on my back. Like, girl, obviously there's a target on your back. You won and you were in the top. That is for targets.
And, you know, much like we are narrating the broadcast for our viewers, sometimes you just actually need to say the narrative out loud. But it's really funny to have on season 18 girls be like, I'm surprised that I'm a target now. Well, yeah, if you're doing well, you're going to get Blue Show.
Mimi, I'm surprised a bright and charming girl like you. You know, really, truly. So I also found out that Roxy wants Mickey to win because she performed with Mickey in Florida. She's
Mikey?
never performed with Mikey. Thank you. Oh my God. It's honestly, their names are so tough when you don't spell normal. Can I tell you how many people call me NICO?
What's really funny is the reason that I have this down is because of the actor Mikey Madison.
Oh, yep, totally. Screen Queen.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyway, so I kept getting her name wrong, and I was like, "This is the same thing. It's another Mikey."
So evidently, last week at Roscoe's, Detox and Roxy kind of called this one boring last week, and the rumor is that this is a big kumbaya season where all the girls like each other. And they all like root for each other and support each other. I'm here for it. I think that's great. And you know,
good.
Because no one, Ginger Minge won't be supporting anybody. So I think it's great.
I feel like to this day, we are still feeling the effects of Mistress Isabel Brooks being a troll from her season.
Oh,
so
yes.
I'm sort of like, if one season goes by that is not the like most full of conflict, the community always has. I mean, how long have we been doing this Ginger Minge takedown back and forth? Like, Drag Race reads of Drag Race queens will always be happening regardless of what's happening on the show, and it's all connected. So if a particular season doesn't have it, it's in the fandom at all times anyway. Like, you're probably watching it, you're not seeing it on the show.
So we got all the girls in the workroom. They're gathering around the table, and we're doing a bit on Mia's laugh. But I do want to say it's nice to see all the girls in the workroom. We will miss you, Dee Dee. Everybody, round of applause for Dee Dee Fuego. It's so sad that you're gone.
Yeah.
This Ruse Rules thing, we're doing it, and it really does feel like the rules of acquisition. Rule number 53. A little crazy.
There would be a great Ferengi.
I see it. So until we get invited to one of Rue's game nights, I get this is the closest we get. And the girls are, I guess we're just kind of like not doing mini challenges again this season. We're going right into a maxi right now, and we're doing RDR live.
I know that like for these bigger challenges, they don't tend to do a mini because there's just so much to do ahead of time that there's no real way to like fit it all in.
Yeah.
So I'm really jealous of Briar's sweater right now, so I'm a little distracted.
I get that.
It's gorgeous.
I love it. I can't stop flashing to Aja with Mistress. Girl, you do too much. And like some of these girls, I need them to kind of start doing too much. I need them to kind of come alive right now. Because you're right, TK. The drama will always be there in the discourse, but there are forgotten seasons because no girlies get discoursey.
Ooh, Discoursey would be a great drag name.
Who, Discoursey? Mm-hmm.
Like Disc Horsey.
Ooh.
All right, so they're picking roles already, and I really appreciate that they get to pick their roles, but I think one of the things that kind of holds them back is your idea of self is so rarely everybody else's idea of self.
And you got to go into these things sort of prepared for not getting what you want and being a real verse queen, and being able to say like, okay, I'll take that role and I'll make it work and I'll apply who I am, because you're right, like your sense of who you are is not often how people see you. So when you look at a role and go, that's me, that doesn't necessarily work, but you can internally go, this is who I am and that's what I'm going to put into the role that I get. Yeah.
And like Kenya and Nini want the same role right now. That's crazy because that's not two girls that I see being similar. And you've got Vita wanting a role named Butch. Go for it. And like, it's really interesting because Vita had a win and is a pretty safe queen last week. And she's had the least number of talking heads. So I'm really curious how this is all going to change stuff with everybody getting the personality on screen.
Yeah, this first improv challenge is always a chance to see these personalities shine together, and I'm excited to see what happens. I think RDR is a very fast pace for these gals. I think it forces a little more than like the 3 scenes that we used to get at this point.
Oh yeah.
But I just think it's a little I don't know if these gals are ready with their chemistry yet for these things. I think these gals are like barely coalescing at this point.
Agreed.
So,
but I think that's how you weed out the queens who aren't ready. We can see that Juicy is having some concerns about her actability, and that's all part of it. I appreciate that it's at least scripted. This isn't an early comedy writing challenge, because that's even tougher. If they're handing you a script and you can't deliver, if your Cher sounds like Kermit, that's on you.
Okay, so Athena is going for the mom part. Girl, way to typecast yourself. That's like asking to be the old lady. That's, Rue loves silly and absurd, and if you're playing too into type, Rue's gonna not. It's hit or miss, maybe. Who do I know? Because I haven't seen the episode yet. But
no, but it's like they earlier referenced. They called it this season 30 because of how many queens are over 30. And that video we watched with Bob saying that he wants to see queens over 50 compete. Like, it's not. We're not saying it's bad, but then it's something to keep in mind when you're going out for this stuff.
Fuck my track. Okay, so did Jane just get mommy out from under Athena?
Yes.
Love it.
Yeah.
I love Sarah Sherman coming in what I can only describe as an evil puppet costume.
And it only gets more puppety.
Oh god, yeah. For those of us who love puppets. All right, we got a commercial
Yay.
break. First thing I want to
loves
say, at commercial break number 1, who are you most excited to see in RDR Live? I think for me, I'm leaning Nene Coco. She's definitely between Nene and Mandy. That's 2 girls that blew me away with their lip syncs.
But will the lip sync translate into comedy? Who knows? I'm excited for Kenya, for Mikey. I think those are the easy ones where we're pretty confident in what they have. I'll be interested to see what Discord can bring.
I definitely get that. TK, what about you?
I think I am interested to see if Sierra Mist surprises us with a really funny performance. Same thing, Darlene does not strike me as particularly funny, but if it happens, it could really be an interesting wheelhouse for her.
Yeah.
Nobody's really established themselves as like super funny. So
I feel like Jane has, though. I feel like Jane, especially with her runway look and her favorite body part last week being her mouth, she very much feels she prides herself on comedy. I hope she delivers. I'm not like, I'm like, just no. She said that's what she wants to be thought of as. So I hope to see her deliver. This is where we find out.
Okay, but I find Jane funny like Virginia Madsen in Sideways. I think technically it's not meant to be the funny that I find it.
Well, we've seen those episodes of SNL, so.
The other thing that I want to put out there is there's girls that I'm not like clamor to see how funny they are because like I expect Vita to be funny. I expect Athena to be funny. There are girls that just have the stage presence, right? And I feel like that's something like I want to see how Nene is funny because I think when you're like a gorgeous little twink, hey Nene, call me Nico here too.
Right.
I think when you're a gorgeous little twink, you don't need to be as funny as, let's say, a big girl. And so like there's a dynamic room for her to be funny. You know, Bob was just saying that she thinks that Gottmik is actually the funniest girl from her season. And I agree. I really get that. And so like there's always like that level of and funny. Also, getting an advertisement for Candy Buress in Anne Juliet. Yes, please. Although Hell's Kitchen is closing. That's a heartbreaker. So.
I see what they're doing. It's got the commercial in a littler square and the new announcement in a big outline. That's cute. They can keep reusing the old commercial.
Yeah. Hell's Kitchen had a good run. It had a very good run.
You know, and it actually it recouped 60% of its investment. That's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I'll take it. And Bob is out there right now in Moulin Rouge. So, and Jinx and O'Mary. I believe someone just saw Jinx and O'Mary.
I did just go see Jinx and O'Mary. That was me. How did you know?
You didn't even give me the room to set it up. You just immediately jumped on that. You are absolutely the best.
Yes, Jinx and O'Mary is an excellent, wonderful time. Absolutely make your way to New York and spend an absurd amount of money on those tickets. You will not regret it. You will actively think, how can I find another $400 to see this again? It is divine and wonderful. And the show itself is created so perfectly by Cola Scola. They really created something that could be kind of anyone could come in. There could be a million different bits. It's really quite lovely.
Speaking of quite lovely, I want to give a hey gay to King Matt TV. I want to give a hey girl to Leuven Kent. Also, I think Darlene Mitchell is really missing an opportunity here. She should be Queen of the Hill because of the
yes,
right?
yes. If that's not her snatch game, I don't know what we're doing.
And you know, I really feel like the other thing is like a lot of people who do YouTube think they're funny. Right? Like we wouldn't be here if we didn't think we're funny. So we kind of come to RDR a little bit like I have perfect pitch, so I can't watch American Idol. Ew. And I really do. It's so hard. But everybody, please go on YouTube and check out my drag performance. The drag king. Hey, what's up? But the other thing that like I'm kind of nervous about with this episode is the edit on comedy can do a lot of work.
Yes, especially without a live audience to give them the chuckles that they need along the way. It's
Blame
an
it on
interesting
the-
choice. Yeah, it's an interesting choice to do RDR live since we've never come back to having an audience, even of production people.
Also, by live, they mean one take, then I guess, right?
Yeah, I think it's they get one shot. Do not wish your chance and blow.
It would be interesting if they brought in an audience. I really love when they surprise us with that. There's challenges that I haven't expected there to be an audience for, and then lo and behold, I know we had a roast recently where girls came back for. Oh, we are back from commercial.
Ooh.
I really love Sierra Mist's weird. I don't even know, the whole black with the beret. It's fantastic, and I love it. I can't think of who I'm picturing other than Valentina.
Oh my God, the story Bob told where they were like, "Hey, Valentina." So they told the story where Valentina and Violet Chachki were constantly late to shows, and they say, "You know, guys, you got to stop being late." And Violet goes, "I'm sorry, I'll work on it." And Valentina goes, "Should I feel bad? I'm late every day. Do you expect me to feel bad every day?" That is, she is the moment. I love her with all my heart. Okay, Jane has the right idea. Jane just said that they're looking for breakout characters, and that really is the thing. If you give Mama exactly what she's looking for, she's going to eat for a minute. But if you give Mama something she's not expecting, she's going to eat all night. And Rue wants to eat all night. That's why she takes her pants off behind the desk. I keep thinking that Mia Star is an old Christmas tree. That jacket is intense.
I feel like this Jane being upset about people like eyeing her as a thing is another time where I'm just like, we're all just here like being extreme versions of ourselves. Like, I think we're picking fights just to pick fights. I don't think we're actually like, oh dear, these gals.
Yeah. And I don't love that because, like we were saying at the top of this broadcast, the drama always comes. You don't need to force it. There's always something.
And like, it's really funny because like there's girls that I'm already seeing for our drag race, right? We do a fantasy drag race draft, right? So I'm already seeing girls that I'm like, ooh, I would pick her in a second for draft race. Gimme. Because like they're multi-talented. And I'm kind of nervous for Athena. Athena is bleeding insecurity. Like, this is Christina Aguilera doing stripped. It just doesn't feel natural. Like, this is, you got the notes, but you don't have the presence for it. And I'm not saying I want to see her be so damn bionic, but, sex for breakfast, guys.
No, but it's especially tough because I feel like she's great. She's doing great. And it's a case of a queen who has kind of everything going for her, getting in her own head. And I worry for her because it's not necessary. You're doing great, sweetie.
I mean, it's also that thing, like we saw this with Page 6. Some girls now, a lot of girls their careers just don't technically need Drag Race. Of course, it's going to give you a higher profile, but you have to be good at Drag Race. And if you're a really accomplished queen who like already has like a hugely viral Lindsay Lohan meme, and you're working in Miami and Mykonos and you're a big host anyway, you're a high profile queen, but doing badly on the show is just going to be you doing badly on the show. And Paige was a lot more confident on UK, but like she was a really high profile queen who just wasn't really cut out for Drag Race.
Yeah, like I feel like now that like having this many older queens, we have queens who are very sure of themselves. They have what they're very good at. They have a couple of things that they're very good at. And so they come in and they kind of crush in that way, but they don't have as much flexibility as the young queens do, because the young queens will be like, yeah, sure, throw out the past 3 years. I'll start over. Like, we'll do something different. And it's a lot harder to throw out 12 years of experience because of a challenge that you're just like, well, if I just get through this, I'll get to the right ones.
Also, I want to just send Sarah Sherman a huge compliment. Her hair looks like Lego, and that is beautiful. I feel like I could pop that shit off and put a wig on it. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, those spit curls are gorge.
She's such a weird little gremlin woman. I love her.
I love her.
A weird little goblin.
Here she is.
Also, I just want to give Rue some credit for that chiaroscuro that she is rocking. This is Goya and El Greco. This is Gauguin.
Oh, we're finally telling Discord about the walk. Womp womp. I thought we were going to get to do it on the runway.
Oh my god, the number of videos. That is what Discord is going to be famous for. That, like, her walk is so Balam T-Rex-like that she inspired a bunch of girls walk like clomps memes. And, like, it is... I don't know. I'm softening on Discord. I was really aggressively like, girl, you are the album I don't like in an artist's discography that I love. But I'm starting to see her singles, and I'm feeling her deep cuts.
Okay.
I'm trying to speak her language. She speaks music.
She is the great Drag Race kind of delusional. She's the Lucy LaDuca delusional. Still very talented. Like, there's nothing sadder than when a Drag Race queen is really delusional and not great. Like, even when they're delusional about stuff they're not great at, when they're great at a bunch of stuff and they're delusional all around, it's charming even when they're delusional about the stuff that they're not great at. When a queen is not great at a lot of stuff and they're delusional about all that stuff that they're not great at, it's really, really sad. And so, yeah, I mean, Discord, she's got a little delulu. There's a bunch of stuff that she's great at, and I'm enjoying watching her.
You know, and like there's something about a Party City Mylar balloon where like it's flashy, it's showy, and all right, but like there's something about a homemade float in a parade. It's more DIY. It's got that magic. It's got the safety pins, and like Discord is like a homemade float. She isn't like the bright, colorful celebration, but there is still something to celebrate. There is still pride and pageantry, and so I'm here for her. I've definitely softened. NICO might be the best looking queen on this show in like seasons.
She's so cute, but I don't want to talk about it because I just feel like a predatory old man.
I believe
she's 30.
I believe she's like
barely year-olds.
Yeah.
She is Nini Coco is
30.
Yeah, just 30.
Okay, it's not so bad.
Like she might be 29 here.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that's, you know, I do check the ages because, like, I never want to be like that 19-year-old. I mostly want to be like that 19-year-old. They're so adorable. Here's a onesie. Like, you know what I mean? But, like...
Yeah, Juicy's adorable. Not...
Yeah.
No offense, but...
Juicy and Briar are the two that, like, maybe can't rent a car, and Briar's on the line where she's already 25.
Mary, I just want to let you know, at least 3 of us here have not seen Canada yet. We cannot wait to watch it. But, girl, we have not yet seen... okay. So, we have not yet seen it. No one look in the chat.
This is what happens when we, unfortunately, do a live show.
Yeah. We were too busy getting this show ready.
Right? And, like, you know, that is definitely a big part of Drag Race. Like, I haven't watched Traders from yesterday yet. I haven't watched Project Runway finale from yesterday yet. Partially because, like, full-time job. There's only so many hours in the day.
That's true.
I also want to just throw out there that one of the things that makes this a little bit more fascinating is that the girls had all of this room to like practice together, to go over their lines together. This is like, I do see the kumbaya-ing. I do see the comfortable exchanges here. These girls clearly do like each other, and that's really interesting. There's not as much.
Briar and Athena do not seem to like each other, and that's pretty funny.
I think that's because like there's like a certain sense of like there's a certain echelon. You know what I mean? Like, I know that I try to never get like titchy, right? So TK and I also do a comic podcast, X is for Comics. Check it out, guys. You'll love it. Even if you don't like X-Men, you'll love X-Men after this. And we sometimes are like I'm the big, oh, it's Crystal, I love you so much. We are sometimes like, I'm the big one. I'm the fan of this character. And one of the things that we do, the way we play it out is like, he's the bigger X-Men fan, I'm the bigger Cable fan, like, and like that's such a fandom specific reference, but like that's, I think, what these girls have to start doing. Like, okay, you know what, I'm the Miami queen, you can be the Boston queen. You drink lagers and I drink Coronas. Like, you can pick the thing you're the queen of without being. And Mary, by the way, yes, I am disgusted with Michael, and I am also grossed out by Michael. Watching him eat was one of the worst experiences of my life. It was a trough situation. Also, just Johnny Knoxville is in this commercial. They're talking about how he's hosting Fear Factor coming back. One of the things that is so funny about Johnny Knoxville hosting Fear Factor is the reason he can't be on Jackass anymore is because if he does, he will die. He cannot actually sustain another head trauma or he will die. Yeah. So this is him staying in his lane, right? And still being spectacular.
And maybe afterwards he can get like a Manosphere podcast and start just taking over the conservative politics universe.
Oh God.
Like the Fear Factor host before him. Right?
So
that's
tough.
Joe Rogan?
Yeah, and what's tough is
good.
like one of the best shows of its time is News Radio, but like half the cast is canceled and half the cast
or dead
is
in a really upsetting way.
Or yeah. So like Andy Dick, Joe Rogan, questionable at best. But like, we've tragically lost Phil Hartman. But then there's some incredible people like Dave Foley, Maura Tierney, Vicki Lewis. And I was like, Vicki Lawrence. No, that's the night the lights went out in Georgia. But I'm
Stephen Root.
Stephen Root, who what a king. I'm really feeling RDR is heavy. RDR is a lot of responsibility for these girls to carry, and I don't think it's too early in the season for it. And you know what? King Matt TV, we will get what all of us think about the Canada finale in just a couple days. We're going to record a response, get you guys the info that you're looking for. We have so much stuff to talk about. Canada, we have UK versus the world, which, by the way, I don't want to spoil for anybody, but if you did not see that, my single favorite, it's tied for favorite because I'm a Pythia boy. I gotta have Greek pride. It's back, but like, if you did not see that, Melinda Verga is gonna be in UK versus the world, my literal favorite from Canada ever. Oh my God, we're going right into it.
You know what I never realized about that? Cold open.
Yes.
I also thought that was strange, but here we are.
Tori, have you seen the Melinda Verga season yet?
I need to.
She is with gratitude is literally one of my favorite TV moments of all time.
Yeah, I saw part of it. I hope with context it makes more sense.
It doesn't.
That's a shame.
Oh, it's perfect.
It's less crazy than Siam Pussy, though.
Oh, yeah.
There's way more context.
I guess. I never found the Siam thing to be, it was extra, but I think the reactions were what was unfortunate.
Mm-hmm.
There was a show on yes. There was a show a couple of years ago by Aaron Sorkin called Studio 60 on the Sunset Strip, and the hardest part of Studio 60 being great was that they were the worst sketches to ever be written for Saturday Night Live. The show itself was brilliant, but the sketches were unwatchable. And that is what I often feel about RDR Live. The girls themselves are brilliant. The way this is packaged is incredible. The actual sketches like this is actually like a thing that they used to do on shows in the 80s and early 90s to be sexual and funny.
And in that regard, is it not simply a pastiche, which Rue always loves? She just loves seeing recreations of the things that she loved growing up.
But I mean, I know there's union rules in play which make this difficult.
There's no unions on reality shows. Sorry. There's no unions on reality shows.
Even for writing?
Nope. Sorry. It sucks.
Well, that does suck. But also, there are so many hungry sketch writers who write really funny stuff.
Yeah.
That have really big social media followings that saying, featuring guest writer, these two TikTok sketch artists who could write something funny. And it can even, Kevin, you're not wrong. Ru wants to see the stuff that she likes, but that's not a hard brief to give to some sketch comedy writers and have it be her stupid joke or another Star Booty remake or whatever. They're just bad sketches for no reason other than the writing isn't good. And there are options for having good writers.
Yes.
To speak of good work out there, Athena's makeup is a little playing for the back of the stage for me right now. It's a little too much, but this outfit is spectacular. And I realized you went RDR live.
It's also very host. The pantsuit, professional is also very host, I feel.
Yes. I actually laughed out loud at RDR. That's insane. Okay, so right now Athena's on stage with her inner saboteur. Is she being played by Briar?
I really enjoyed the cold open. I thought it went really well. I was really happy with it. I thought Mia was great. I thought all 4 gals were great.
Interesting. I was kind of bored by it, so that's really interesting.
Oh yeah, I had a lot of fun. I thought it was. I mean, yeah, sure. It's churning butter. We all know what that is. But I liked the bringing in the second one. I liked how the gals were really giving it their all. It was so fun.
I think Athena did a great job with this. This was a little light, but I don't think you can possibly tell her she did a bad job here. If Ru does, that's fine. Ru can just be kind of critical. But
I think she got I think she got a little overshadowed by Miss Briar, and I
get that.
Very safe job. I think you can do the Briar overshadowed you narrative and put her in the bottom if you want to. Very safe job. Mm-hmm. Hugely disappointing from This Is How You Throw a Party in Mykonos, bitch. Like, how do you not have...
Yeah.
This is such... Again, like, I like her. I really do. And I don't say this as a slight to either of them. It just doesn't feel like it should be her vibe. So much Mrs. Kasha Davis energy.
Well, and I think part of that is because, like, on SNL, they write the sketches to the girl.
Yeah.
And they're just working from a script here.
Yeah.
And that's part of the problem. Nobody is being written to. Everybody is just reading. This is theater class, not SNL.
Do you think there is a different onus on the host because they're technically playing themselves?
No, because I'm not playing myself here. I'm playing NICO, host of this. If I was being myself, I'd cry more.
Well, yeah. I mean, I think they're giving the closest to like their real drag persona compared to these other girls who are doing character work specifically. Like, I don't think this is how Vita Von Teese runs around all times. You know. Okay, I think they are doing black and white makeup on here a little lightly.
So you think that the monochrome is like deeper than just a filter?
I don't think it's a filter. When she came in with the purple, you can't do. I don't think they would do that. I don't think.
I think ChatGPT can, so I would just
them and their AI everywhere. I love how Kenya has the hoops on the outside. They all have the earrings on the outside.
On the outside, yeah.
Vita's popcorn is red too. So, like, yeah, I'm not really sure how they got the effect. And God, I hope it wasn't expensive, because if that's where the budget's going, oh,
Maybe it's a filter. Maybe it is.
Oh my
I don't
God.
think they would have done a whole
what's the doll's name again?
pound cake.
Pound Cake.
Yeah, we just went full new pound cake.
Yeah. Oh, I love that old Elvira. The old Elvira. This is an Elvira bit of getting a rag doll and chucking it around. Is probably where RuPaul knows it from. It's from old vaudeville sketches, but.
Oh, absolutely. All right, so we're at our second commercial in the middle of this, and I'm always so amused because like when we see these UFC commercials in the middle of Drag Race, it's because they know that big hot men are attractive, not because they think people are going to watch it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling like RDR Live might be something that we'll watch better when we rewatch, but here it's kind of not holding my attention.
Oh.
TK, how are you vibing on RDR?
I'm slightly behind you guys, so I'm just finishing it up. Yeah, I mean, I don't like this. Like that, there were no funny jokes in that sketch. They were good. They were acting to the best of their abilities. But
They
like,
met the material. Yes.
yeah, like literally. I mean, I swear, if especially either of those two, because we'll see how everybody else what they get. But like, don't you dare say none of them had comedic timing, because there were no jokes to time in that sketch. It's it's just so disappointing.
Mary Duda, from what I understand, Stranger Things did not have a secret episode.
No, just drop out of that.
It had a documentary.
And Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets has a completely finished episode that has never,
oh my God,
ever
great point.
aired. So I'm like devastated. But everybody should check out Yellow Jackets. Yellow Jackets is like, I want to see those girls lip sync for their life. Yellow Jackets is like
Most conceded rivalry is the lead team. Everybody.
I was about to say, if you like
that's all
Rose, don't look up anything else. Just go watch Yellow Jackets and know if Heated Rivalry is queer sports for boys, this is queer sports for girls.
100%.
And queer sports for boys, they just kiss, and queer sports for girls, we eat people. So
as it should be.
As it
Yep.
is.
King Matt TV knows Jason Ritter was in that secret episode, husband of Melanie Linsky. God bless his heart. Star of Raise Your Voice.
Star of Joan of Arcadia, thank you, where the only thing you ever need to do to cope with a friend's death is learn to juggle.
Ooh, maybe we add that to the list.
The
Yeah,
odds.
can I tell you? Joan of Arcadia is one of those shows that's like, it took so much from Twin Peaks and Northern Exposure, but it didn't know what to do with it, so it just went Touched by an Angel. Oh yes, Voice of Dipper Pines! Oh my God,
Yeah,
what an
that is
absolute king reference. Man, Gravity Falls is one of those shows that is like top 10 animated shows I've ever seen. All right. I almost like, I feel so bad saying it, but I do kind of want to see some girls be in the bottom just because I want to see them dance. I don't think anybody was bad enough to be in the bottom because I don't think anybody's done well enough to be in the top. But we're back. And oh my God, there's more RDR. Okay.
Oh.
There's more.
Oh, now our musical guest.
I saw
Musical
this.
guest.
I look like a slack-jawed yokel because I can't believe RuPaul is pretending she knows her own words.
Honestly, this is putting a mic in front of her makes her wiggling look a lot better.
Genuinely, if you have a center of body to vibrate your shit around, it really helps.
Okay, but look at the shape of her. She looks like the lipstick people from the last sketch. That
Stop
hair,
it.
Unreal.
One thing that RuPaul has always been able to do is present leg. And like that is where she understands that even if all she does is a really basic baby girl two-step, she can really present that two-step. These boys doing Robert Palmer, Addicted to Love is so sexy. I think putting boys in Addicted to Love is incredible. Addicted to Love is one of my signature pieces. So I appreciate TK nodding at that.
Churches just put out a cover of that today.
No way.
Yeah, it's pretty good. It does not have the energy that I would have expected, which for Churches at this point in their career for that song, I think actually is the correct way to go. But separate from that, 100% RuPaul being in front of a mic changes the whole thing. It made, like, as long as she has a station, her lack of movement feels so much less embarrassing. I shouldn't even say that. That sounds too negative. It feels right, where it just doesn't feel right when she's with the guys doing really bad choreography. This is perfect. Actually, pretty good song too. I like that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Very good.
I'd put that on my workout mix.
I always want her to do Star Baby. I just think it's fun, but what occasionally sometimes makes life a little tough is that I feel like the weekend news, the Queen News Network stuff just feels like stuff I've seen from girls and memes a little better.
Did Jane take Briar's sweater?
You know what? I actually do think that is the case.
Speaking of intense lesbianism, Tig Notaro was great in Starfleet Academy.
Yeah, always more Jet.
Oh God, Jet is so good.
You know, for a second, I thought in the monologue that Briar was supposed to be Athena's mom. So now for this to be Jane is playing one of the anchor's moms.
Cute. When they called her out, I was like, oh, is she gonna look like an older version of Sierra then? But to go just, nope, this is just mom. She loves casseroles.
Yeah, I do feel a little bit like I'm it's not that I even think the writing is phoned in. I think they're writing for what they believe the audience can handle.
Is it not just Destiny, though?
Part of what makes Weekend Update so great is when you understand the relationship between the people performing. That's why Colin and Michael have been on the desk for so long, because it's easier to keep a balance than it is to reset. And oh, Michelle's talking. Oh, no. Michelle, this isn't... Oh!
Aww, this is cute.
Oh! I love this.
This is such an interesting, because usually the bad sketches go at the end of the night on SNLs, and this is looking like it's going to be a good one.
Sometimes there's a gem hidden in the back.
Wayne's World. Wayne's World started in the 12:45 slot.
Yeah.
I literally love this. This is, it's not good, but it's really cute.
I think that's a good word for it.
Yes. I'm not saying Juicy's doing bad. I'm saying she's doing better than we thought she would.
Yes, and better than I think she feared. She's
Yes.
she's
Okay.
pretty strong.
I do kind of hate that that's just Jan's I'm gonna rule the world outfit.
Yes, I see that. Oh, hi.
It's so much more convincing to stuff in pants than just a Speedo.
Yes, that is true. I love the giant map of New Jersey in the background.
Well, she is, after all, Parkway Queen. I believe that she is the one major woman from New Jersey for whom a rest stop is not named after.
Yet,
if I have my way. We're not going to rename the John Bon Jovi. We'll just build a bigger one next to it. So that's Mikey doing young Michelle,
Yes.
right?
Yes. This is Mikey and Juicy.
I don't think she's giving any Michelle, but I think she's giving fun. And I'll take fun.
Yeah. I'm surprised we didn't have like a boob bib joke.
I really appreciate TK. As I'm saying, I think it's good. Him just snarling at me like a warthog.
No, I'm snarling at the episode. I'm snarling at this writing.
You just happen to be coming between us.
Get that warthog snarl ready for the runway. I got a feeling we're going to have some furries for this animal attraction.
I agree.
And it's funny because normally I'm the Pumbaa to TK's Timon. So it's just really nice for him to take the warthog role for a minute. That's not Michelle. She didn't do cocaine out of that cross.
This is my favorite part of every SNL episode. I had commercial break up the entire time.
The part where Ashley Simpson apologizes and says her band made the mistake?
No, the Good Nights, where they start playing All Dang Syne jazz, basically.
So they're advertising the Grammys. I just want to point out that a year from now, the musical sphere is going to have to be a completely different conversation. Today, Bruno Mars broke the all-time one-day ticket sales record.
Oh, yeah.
Ever. Not even close. He added 30 more dates within 24 hours of on sale. As a Bruno Mars fan, not like super fan, like I wouldn't say I'm like Bruno Venus, like it's not a moment, but like I'm fascinated by the way that like there is so much, and like I think Benson Boone is like a kind of queer baiter, kind of in a lot of ways. Like I don't know that he himself is, but if Benson Boone were queer, he would not be as successful. I think there is so much about male drag, legitimate male drag that is super influential on these girls going forward. And it's where I've always said that I think that one of the best possible lip syncs in this world is Can't Stop by the Red Hot Chili Peppers. I think that would like legitimately be an all-time best lip sync, because like there are so many male drag artists. They're not queens, they're not kings, they're like drag rock stars. And I think that's something that Discord is trying to hit. I think that's something that like Gottmik was trying to do, fashion rock star more than anything. So I feel like I'm really fascinated by how the next generation of drag queens and the next generation of RuPaul girls are going to have to be a little different than what we thought about for like season 8.
Do you think Ru has the ability to update her pop culture lexicon? Because that's even what we're talking about with some of these sketches where you pointed out they're the kind of thing you saw in the 80s because that's what Ru loved growing up. But is that what's really...
I believe, if I'm not mistaken, and please, TK, please correct me if I'm confused, but wasn't Love of My Life Brandon Boyd the judge for an episode? From Incubus? Didn't he appear?
I do not remember that.
Hold on. Somebody was the Brandon Boyd Drag Race. So Brandon Boyd was an All-Stars 8 guest judge. And
okay. I do remember that.
I am such a big Incubus fan. I've been lucky enough to see them I've seen them 3 times in my life, and I've seen them with Boyfriend a couple times. I love Incubus, and if Ru can make that connection with Incubus, who again, Drive, Stellar, even like Megalomaniac, Wish You Were Here, like there are these songs that like the performance artistry of them would really lean into the quality of what a lip sync is looking for. I feel like that's really where we could be heading. I think these girls are going to need to have other references going forward. I think the last time that an Ariana Grande reference was going to be cool was when she appeared on the show. And I think going forward, all of the girls that get on the show are going to be like, Ariana, she's old.
Yeah, and there's there's a lot of smaller pop stars now, like girls
like
that. Exactly. Chrissy Chapleka, who has appeared in Drag Race, but never been featured on Drag Race in a lip sync or anything. And it's worth trying out some of those songs anyway, and just seeing like the kind of reaction it gets, being able to feature young pop stars are typically pretty beloved by the gay community, and often, again, like Chrissy, like kind of in the gay community, and like appearing in the same places as a lot of these girls are. So
we saw her open for Trixie.
Precisely. So it kind of makes sense to like try and do that a little bit more and stop relying on a catalog that has really diminishing returns at this point in terms of like what the great songs are that are left to pull from. Of course, new ones come out and big hits come out that are always going to be worth doing. But really for like, the back catalog, after all this time, a lot of the greats have been done.
Yeah. I mean, and like, oh, Tori, by all means.
Oh, well, it's just, I've been thinking a lot about the idea of there's a cultural touchstone points where almost everyone knows exactly what you're talking about, or even just everyone gay knows what you're talking about. And I think that we are shifting towards very niche people being known by only certain parts of the queer community. And so we're not going to get all the drag queens knowing references anymore. And the audience itself isn't going to know all current references anymore. So should we stick with a point where everyone's like, yeah, it's old, but at least I do know what they're sort of referencing. Kind of.
I'm with you. They've never done Tori Amos on this show, and she's like one of the queer icons. They've never done BT and Jess, and like Jess has been on more songs than you know. That's JES, and like it's tough. Also, the girls are back, and they're kind of kikiing about the challenge, and it's one of those things where like I feel like a lot of these girls run in being really positive, and if I were some of these girls, I would run in being a little more tepid. Maybe a jog would do.
And that's what I find so interesting. As soon as they came in and said Elimination Day, I guess it makes a ton of sense that this is another day. But I think when you are given distance from your performance, I think, yes, a lot of people would sort of build up their trepidation, but I also get sort of forgetting any discomfort you might have had and being like, oh no, it was fine, everything was fine. It was not fine.
It was not fine. I think that Athena and Briar should both be safe. Athena's talking about that she found the experience a little stressful. I think it's a shame that Athena is so used to her crown that she has trouble entertaining other royals. And Mary, you don't watch Euphoria, but where is the Euphoria sketch? Well, it would have been valid 3 years ago.
It'll be valid again next year, I guess. We'll see it on All Stars.
We'll see, but I don't know that the audience is going to come back for it. I think we've really changed our opinion on hypersexualizing children in the last couple of years.
I hope so.
But more than anything, I think that these scenes where the girls are doing their makeup and they're getting ready for the runway, this is the time for the girls to get honest. And instead, they seem to be putting up more artifice lately, especially on American Drag Race. We are just seeing girls kind of like talk circles around themselves. And I don't know. I would like to see these girls have this as an opportunity to be real, like Van was. But it doesn't feel like it's there.
Yeah, I agree. Although, I mean, in a lot of ways, it feels like it's been a while since it's been there.
Yeah.
Every once in a while, we get something because a particular queen or set of queens have real presence off stage as well as on. But, you know, I mean, World of Wonder just so tightly controls everything that we kind of can't get candid moments.
I really get that.
Mm.
I do love Jane calling out Briar and Juicy being sweet. Not like calling it out like negatively, but like noting, huh. And it's not that it's a bad thing, but there's oh no, Sierra, no. You look like you're in a weird white cast of dead presidents. No.
Okay, if the first layer never looks good, you can look at how orange you look, and then it turns out fine.
Oh, I thought you meant me, and I was like, how dare you? No, it's true.
She's even orange.
Yeah, I mean, she absolutely looks like a luchador lady, and that is a lunch lady luchador.
I'm not really enjoying how they're kind of using this getting ready time to kind of lead us to who we should think did poorly.
That's what I was just saying. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not in love with that. But I also think that I'm surprised how in her own head Jane is about this. I think she's a lot stronger than needing everyone's approval, and it's surprising.
Okay. Sierra went to school for computer science and forensic science and also has worked for the Secret Service. And I'm like, girl, you can make way more money in the private sector than you can here. Are you kidding? Why do you think I'm going back to school? Damn.
Well, this is what she wants. We all want a crown.
The heart wants what it wants. Oh.
Okay.
Well, Rue went sexy for her performance, so she's gonna go more gown for the runway. I get it.
Mother looks grand dame.
Luxury slowly makes its way down the runway.
Mama looks like she's never flown less than first class. Yeah. Michelle just made one of the best references of all time.
Michelle walking us through some of the Jersey vowels: A, E, I, O, and use.
I hate the Sarah Sherman puppet on Sarah Sherman. I don't like it.
Oh, this is adorable.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fine, cool. And every nutcracker is adorable too.
Sometimes. If they look like Sarah Sherman.
You trying to get it?
Hey,
oh
listen.
My God.
Listen, I'm sorry. SNL lesbians are kind of my type.
Finding out that there is a long-standing feud between T.S. Madison and the chick who sings Neck, Back, Pussy, and McCrack because they used to host a YouTube show together and then got into like a fist fight at Pride or whatever was life-changing. That's why she looked so gobstopped when that was the category last week, because she was like, ugh. In a me episode? I'm kind of sad Carson's not here. I know that Carson's not everybody's thing, but I think Carson's a perfect judge. I think he's a perfect judge, a great contributor, and it's because I think he's not afraid to say, what you're doing is how I flopped. I wish you wouldn't flop like I flopped. Let's be positive. And I think Carson offers a lot. I do agree also, Mary, I think Ross is kind of flagged. And honestly, TS made some comments outside of Drag Race that definitely affected my perception of her, unfortunately. And I didn't care.
About what?
She made some classist comments, and they were not cute.
Okay.
So, TK, how you vibing? How you feeling?
I'm still recovering from the fact that I really hate RDR Live. Even just I had this moment when they were introducing Michelle where Michelle's banter, like, am I joked? I amuse you. that was a funnier joke than we heard all night. And I don't know. It bums me out. As far as judges go, I agree. Carson is one of the greats for the rotation. I think he's a little overused and sometimes contributes to things that he doesn't have the most expertise in. I think this is I agree with you about Maddie, but if setting aside, that aspect of things, I think she's a better judge for a sketch. Just because that's sort of more her zone in her wheelhouse. And so in general, I'm okay not having Carson here, but I do think Carson is a fantastic judge. I think Ross would obviously be a really good choice for a judge here too. I think Ross as a judge is a weirdo, and they clocked him so good with the when you're a kid and you're getting out of the shower, and I think that's just like that. Anyway,
what staple challenge, especially that they use early, would you have perhaps liked instead of RDR
for the show to do?
Yeah. Just if you have one.
While he's thinking, I just want to say, guys, for those of you who don't get the "I'm a clown, I amuse you" bit, that is like legitimately Pesci from Goodfellas. Like that is like literally one of the most famous Jersey references in history. Just for those of you who don't get why we all had like an emotional reaction, like it knew our exit on the Parkway.
I even would have taken an improv sketch, but even no, because the writing is still bad. It's really tough to. But I'm just thinking about how the girls in All Stars did so well with that improv sketch opposite RuPaul.
Yes,
from the most recent All Stars, and maybe it's having RuPaul there.
Real quick, Discord Adams as an albino alligator is, I get it, I don't get it. It's a little more horror than albino alligator. I like it, not my thing.
Oh, it's a little more.
Oh, I see what they're doing.
Yeah, it's a little tattered for me.
So it's animals?
Oh my God, Mia, this is so good. Oh my God, this is high fashion looking kind of silly. Like, this is great. A real pussy, even though I'm a dog. Girl, get it. That shit's great. Mandy Mango went to the Dawn School. Kevo, how are you getting these on the screen so fast?
I am running out of screen cap samples. They're derived from the trailer.
Trailers.
But
yeah,
we still have a few left.
Oh, Darlene, this is literally, this is high concept. You really did bring Queen of the Hill here. Darlene, I am so impressed. And like, you're making that nose ring work. The hooves are great. This is concept and execution. I'm so glad to see. I hope you're in the top for this and then don't win because it's not that good.
Okay.
Oh no, this Athena bit, this is White Phoenix of the Crown shit. This is nonsense that I am absolutely here for.
Oh, this is great.
This
great work from Athena.
It feels not Athena, it's so powerful.
Mm-hmm.
Briar, this just feels like you read the challenge. I don't want to be rude, but this feels like you read the challenge. This doesn't feel high concept, high couture. This doesn't feel 10 yards. This feels standard.
I get what
but
you mean.
I kind of like that she's coming out in white and pretty and like, because she's been so dark in her runways up till now. So I think this is fun.
Oh my God. Vita Von Teese, like she's trying to hide in the chorus of The Lion King. This is
gorgeous.
Julie Taymor is calling and taking notes. genuinely, this feels Julie Taymor.
This is gorgeous. Gorgeous, gorgeous work.
Her movement is exquisite on the outfit, truly. I like Nini's, but I'm going to just be honest. Feels a little season 6.
I like that there's a twist.
Aww.
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, your reaction was amazing. I heard you from upstairs.
Oh, Kenya, I wish I got Kenya's fashion. I love Kenya as a performer, but I don't think I get her fashion.
Oh, okay. Sierra's luchador face mask ultimately makes a little more sense.
Sierra's is amazing, and everyone should take note.
I feel like the face mask is so much, with so much covering, all of it.
Again, Julie Taymor should take note. Kenya, Sierra's is
wow. Amazingly constructed.
I think Jane's is pretty, but I think she played it so safe that like an umpire could have called it.
I think this is something where she's going to place high and they're going to knock the dress for being either too abstract or give her the win because of it. You can never tell with the abstract. They either love it or they knock you down for it.
I hate Mikey's. I don't think Mikey is unbeautiful. I don't think she's untalented, but I think this is rest stop while everybody else is tourist town. This is a really tough challenge because especially with a concept like this, you can never tell how many girls are going to go high concept and how many girls are going to go simple. And then you inevitably end up grading one against the other in ways that aren't entirely fair because, like, the construction on some of these are incredible, and it doesn't mean that the others aren't very good. They're just not, like, art. So it's tough. Cameron, we're going to tell you all about the full lip sync, but we're not going to show anything that gets our show shut down by YouTube, but for real. I didn't like the pangolin.
The pangolin is very good. I think the thing with Mikey's is that it's a bar outfit.
I was about to say Kenya and Mikey, those are both really good outfits that I would love to see if I was watching them live. They don't meet the very high standard that Drag Race has and that you sort of expect. And so it's a shop for that. But then I look at somebody like Jane, and that outfit is gorgeous, but I would put it really low in my ranking because it doesn't feel like enough animal. You know, when I look at, you know, Nini Coco, when I look at Sierra Mist, Athena, who are just not only in a gorgeous gown, but also fully inhabiting this idea of animal. Jane's is gorgeous and really, really well done and at a Drag Race elevation level, but it just sort of is like, well, it's like that time where Michelle goes, I'm not getting booked from your outfit. And Bob goes, well, there's books. I just didn't use pages. You know, she's there's feathers. I just didn't actually do macaw.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And so I've seen them think that abstract is just, oh my God, you went so high fashion with it. And then I've seen them be like, not the brief, moving on. And I think Jane's enough of a favorite that she will get the first over the second. But we'll see.
I even think that one of the places that we are in this season is all of these girls are from such unique backgrounds. We've got fashion girls, we've got hosting girls, we've got comedy girls, we've got general performance girls. Because, like, anybody who goes to local drag, and bitches, if you're watching this, go to local drag. I'm not going to tell you again. But like when you go see local drag, there are girls that do not cap. There are girls that do not know how to death drop, but what they know how to do is tell a story with movement. And so like there are girls that are performers that aren't dancers, and you should love them too. I feel like what we have right now is a number of girls with unique backgrounds, each one bringing something special, each one bringing something unique. And I think Ru is kind of having a hard time with that because Ru puts girls in boxes. It's the funny one, it's the fashion one, it's the dancer one, it's the big one. Because, you know, Ru definitely thinks big as a category. And we're at a point where these girls are impressing in their own lane. And I'm curious to see how Ru is going to rate these girls because, frankly, I don't think RDR Live comes into it. I don't think anyone did a different enough performance in RDR Live to have an opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I can't think of any of those where I'm like, that was terrible. That girl did terrible. I can look at all of them and go, that was terrible. But I really honestly do not feel like a single girl didn't rise to what was on the page to a pretty solid degree. And at the same time, I didn't laugh once. And I wasn't super compelled by anybody. I'm sort of coming around on Athena for this one because she had the most energy, the most like solid energy. I mean, she really was a glorious tree rooted to the ground, completely unmoved and like ready to do the thing. Everybody else sort of got blown around by the winds of this ridiculous bunch of sketches. But I don't, you know, I everybody deserves every win they get. I just like, that's the pretty faint praise to give her. I wish I could give her more, but it's not really her fault.
As a guy whose name should have been Niehos, I definitely love what Athena is doing. And it's so interesting. Mary, I feel interested in your saying I'm not gagging with this cast, just crown Saphira and Jules. Saphira is unironically my favorite queen in the history of Drag Race. I've seen her 4 times in 1 year. I've had the opportunity to get to know her a little bit better. I think she's amazing. I love her so much. And I really get you, but I think one of the things that I love about Drag Race is not calling it, being wrong and not agreeing with Ru, because then that gives me all stars. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, we got coming forward. Discord, Mia, Athena,
Nene.
Okay, Athena's safe. I'll take it. I don't agree, but I'll take it. If Briar is top, let me tell you.
I think Briar is going to be top.
A lot of girls out
She
here.
did 2 performances.
That's what I was going to say. There's still so many queens left that this is so many top and bottom.
I don't know. I thought that Briar really didn't blow me away in any.
Oh, it's more safe. It was weird.
Also safe. What the dick is happening?
I misread my cue card. Excuse me.
This is some classic video game. Oh, by the way, you can get more levels if you just pay $5.99 more shit.
It's Columbo is what it is.
Okay, Mandy Mango, baby girl, be on the top.
Interesting.
Why are they putting Mandy on the bottom? No! As a Philly Jersey boy, this is killing me. I do love seeing Mandy dance, but...
Oh, no, I do not like Sarah talking to her dummy. Really, Tori? with the dummy and everything?
You know, now there's 2 of them. What else do you need?
What if the dummy has to watch?
Why can't the dummy play along?
God bless. You do you, girl.
Yeah, I think Mandy might have gotten a little bit overshadowed next to Darlene. I think she did a good job. I think she maybe didn't do a good contrasting job.
And yeah, you know, she gave so much more energy than Mandy that was hard to play next to.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I feel like part of what we've hit is week 1, everybody's getting to know the girls. Week 2, everybody's reacting to the girls. Week 3, people kind of like, and RDR is not the week. If this was supersized Snatch Game, if this was mega-sized Rusical, people would still be here, but it would not surprise me to find out that girls were just not lining up at the bar for this episode.
This probably would have been a good place to do the talent show too.
Yes, which is still so far off, which puts Snatch Game even further. So
yeah, I mean, I would have rather. I get maybe not doing it because of the complaint that everybody's just going to do a song and a dance.
I only want to add that I completely agree with you, TK. I'm just going to throw in there that they legitimately put Briar on the bottom. That's like,
yeah,
I mean,
that's bad.
I'm a top. I walk around thinking everyone's a bottom, but like, geez, like, oh, I did not see that.
I was 100% certain that because she did 2 roles,
I get that.
If somebody makes me a cinnamon roll and an orange roll, by the way, that's a great way to get to my heart. I would put them on the top. That'd be fun. I mean,
again, like she didn't do badly. So I don't know. I mean, this is a little wild to me.
I think it's funny to have the 3 monochrome animal drags all in a row. It's what's with the black and white, like the lipstick lesbian sketch.
I really appreciate TS saying that she would ride Vita all the way back to Africa. The levels of that joke are exquisite. One of the things that, I know we said that TS isn't maybe our favorite judge, but like it's that level of humor that definitely keeps her in the memery, in the meme sphere, and that's the kind of stuff that Drag Race definitely needs. Okay, I'm a law guy. I love lawyers. I don't understand the suckling at Jane's cock. This is starting to confuse me a little bit. I genuinely thought I said all 3 people in Q&N kind of bored me. Like that was my least favorite segment. And
interesting.
For her to be on the top because she was a breath of fresh air. No, I mean, I thought she played it the way somebody would have played it in 1987. I reward newness. I don't reward people that are literally giving verbatim quality. I would put her in safe. I would have never put her on the bottom. But this does not feel to me. If you give me exactly Sarah Brightman in Phantom, I'm not going to say that your Christine took my breath away.
And these critiques are weird. Like, it was exactly the breath of fresh air that the sketch needed. No, I mean, you definitely weren't bad. And a 3rd element was literally required. But no. I don't know. Yeah, this is really weird.
Well, seems Miss Jane is getting the "we love this dress" OMG.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't get that either. Her dress is so literal in a way that is like her dress is literal in a way that you tell somebody to. Like, I guess I've watched too much Project Runway. When you say somebody make a macaw, and you say, but don't look like a cosplay, that's what they make.
I mean, like it's not even. It's just that it has feathers. Like again, so many people came so high concept. And this just has feathers. Like I said, it's really lovely and it's a very elevated, expensive looking gown.
But unless you told me it was macaw, I would be like, it's a beautiful rainbow feather dress.
You would look at Nini Coco and go, you are a tree frog and you're gorgeous. Mm-hmm. You would look at Vita Von Teese and go, you are a zebra and this is amazing. Exactly, Tori. You would look at Jane and go, there's feathers on your gorgeous dress.
I don't know. I'm a law boy, and all my favorite people are lawyers. Hey, what's up? Anybody want to write a letter of recommendation? I'm here for it. But including Jane, hey. But I feel like one of the things that we are running into is Jane is giving, I hate to say it this way, Jane is giving fourth place conventional ratings, having nothing to do with what I think of Jane, having nothing to do with how she's doing. But if you compare what Jane is doing to season 15, to season 13, to season 10, to season 8, she's giving what I would say is the fourth place performance. And she's being treated like she's giving, Kendrick Lamar has a record number of Grammys. She's being treated like Kendrick Lamar. I don't know that I get it. It's tough because I think she's amazing. I think she's really incredible. I think she is unforgettable and they should be taking time to praise her, but I feel like they are praising her above that.
And I'm not sure the showing is that astronomically above, as much as we're making jokes of being in love with NICO, we're not like, and she's stealing the show. Like, no, she's done really well, and she had a win early, but I don't think she stole the show this episode, and I'm not fighting for that either. I think the tree frog was really cool, but I don't think that is a top look for this challenge. I think a lot of looks were better, and I'm not overinflating. And I feel like I'm just very surprised by the such extreme reactions she's getting.
Tori, what do you think? Are you a Jane girl, or are you like a little bit like, oh
no, I think Jane's doing great, and I think she's definitely like finale material 100%. I'm a little bothered by how easily she feels unmoored by doing well. I think that while cockiness is not necessarily a driving trait that we want from everyone, I think a certain amount of understanding of, no, I am very good, and she's not rubbing it in people's faces. So I'm very fascinated that she thinks like the girls hate her, will like hate her for doing well, but maybe these girls would. I don't know. But if they're a Kumbaya group, I don't know. I don't know. It's it feels like there's something that's being hidden from us, or something that's being played out higher in the confessionals, and she's being encouraged to bring it up in the workroom. That isn't necessarily true.
I love your perspective, and I'm ready to be wrong, but my top 4 are Athena, Nene, Vita, and Jane. Like, that's the 4 that I could see in the top 4. So I'm with you. I think Jane is so talented, but it's something about the way that they're acting like she's Shelley Long on Cheers, where I also didn't get it. And I'm just so confused.
I was really confused by how much they like Jinx in her first season. I spent that whole time going, I mean, she's fun and she's hilarious, but what? So at least this one has better fashion.
The one that absolutely gobsmacked everybody was when I was like, but Tyra is the worst queen of all time, right? And everybody was like, so you hate her? And I'm like, I can't watch her. I hate her. Her looks are great, but everything she does but her looks are horrible. Yeah. And everybody was like, fascinating. Get to the end of the season. Because, we caught up we were live at 15 and caught up on everything during 15. I called Bob. I knew Bob from before the show, which I think is how I called him. I did not call Aquaria. I still don't understand. I watched it, but I still don't understand how Asia didn't win. I think that in a perfect world, Asia would have won all winners. I
know how.
Oh God, that just fell to the ground. But I to this day think Asia could have won all winners. I think Asia is like the greatest queen ever. But like, I don't know. I have a really weird relationship with when Rue loses her mind for a girl, and I don't. I lost my mind for Saphira. I am also Slewfoot, and so I get it. I lost my mind for Alaska. I get it.
But you just named two queens that RuPaul really liked and often praised, but already Jane has gotten a stronger reaction in a weirder way. I did not take it as read that Sapphira was going to win the competition at any point. When we got to the end, I actually did think she would be crowned, but I didn't think that was a guarantee. I just thought it was most likely. I was wrong. But yeah, I mean, the way, again, like the critiques that Jane got today for a perfectly fine performance, if they felt she needed to be in the top, saying you were really strong out there. I think this is a good wheelhouse for you. That's a great critique and puts you in the top. But they really did describe what she did in a way that is not what I watched. It's very hard for me to see that that's what happened, that she, changed the energy of the whole thing. And she was so necessary. She's great. She did fine. Nobody did terrible. She was solid. And that's a great thing to be. But I don't know why we're going into this hyperbolic love.
Same. We are back, and oh my gosh, we have a cool ass winner. TK, I know you're a minute behind us. Do you mind? Juicy Love Dion, making her mama proud, making her grandmama proud. Juicy Love Dion. And again, Jane, so beautiful, so talented, so incredibly nuanced, but like juicy in her Adidas track jacket like a Russian mobster. That's the moment. I love it. I'm telling you, if Mandy's not safe, I'm gonna I'm gonna need a fat Leo.
Ooh.
Okay.
Well, it was nice. It was nice knowing Miss Mandy, wasn't it?
I love Vita, so that she's safe is great. I don't want to say something that's going to get me kicked out of Cheers, but I would send Briar home.
And we're gonna let TK set the tone on the winner.
Why am I setting the tone?
No, like you'll let us know when you get it. We don't want to.
No. You just go. I
think.
At this point,
kind of. We've been surprised before.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I guess if
we have been surprised before, that's all. Yeah, no, exactly.
We were surprised as recently as last week.
Yeah.
I like Lizzo a lot, and I'm so glad that she was cleared of all of those unfortunate accusations, but Love in Real Life is not the jam.
Is that one that's 4 songs in one?
Yes.
Okay. Let's see how that plays. I like that I love that there's another secret outfit under Mandy's accoutrements. Smart.
Yeah.
The swan and the deer kind of sounds like a Grimm fable.
I feel like from the start, it's Briar is giving classic queen, and I feel like Mandy is giving nouveau queen, and so it's really what Ru wants. I feel like Mandy is giving me what younger queens give me when I go to shows in Philly, and Briar is giving me what classic queens give me when I go to shows in New York City.
This also is a perfect example of this is not a big Lizzo song at all, and this was not a big record when it dropped. this easily, again, this could have been a Chrissy track. And I get that not everybody's going to know her music, but it's a cool time to be introduced to somebody new, where this is not like, not everybody knows this song. It wasn't super popular anyway, and it's not iconic or anything.
TS hated that entire lip sync.
Oh,
Hated the entire thing.
Weird choices on lip syncs this year.
Aww.
I appreciate that Mandy Mango came with an outro line. I'm here for Mandy Mango. I am a Mandy Mango boy.
I really enjoy her. This is not to say that I think Mandy Mango would have done better from a pork chop edit than a second out edit.
Yes. All right. Well, we have the girls all dancing up on each other, and we're going to segue to next time on.
Oh, it's a design challenge.
Oh wow, 2 design challenges in 4 episodes. Oh. Well.
Oh.
Project Runway's Law Roach is showing up.
And things.
Maya is not the one I would want to pick a fight with in that room.
That's personally a big boy.
She's also just like, I feel she would make me feel about 0.2 inches tall real fast. While being the absolute sweetest otherwise.
Yeah. And, once again, like we said last week, it's tough going into Untucked when you know who's going. So now that we know, do we feel anyone's outfit could have perhaps saved Mandy from being in the bottom if they had been chosen instead? Because I personally feel like Mandy's outfit met the challenge more than most.
Mm-hmm.
To the point where I at least felt her performance in RDR Live was safe. I don't think it was bad.
They made some interesting points. I didn't really think it was that bad at the time, but she was pretty overshadowed by Darlene. The thing is, Kenya was really good. And or Kenya, I think there would be tough to find fault. Like there's really nothing to say. You were outshone by anybody or anything. Kenya's outfit was pretty bad. And so, I could have seen that going away. Similarly, like Mikey did well. There really wasn't any reason. I mean, the only thing you could maybe, if you really had to, say Mikey was overshadowed by Juicy because Juicy did really well. But I don't really think she was. I think they complemented each other pretty well. But again, Mikey's outfit was pretty, was not really super elevated. Again, both Kenya and Mikey, those are 2 outfits I would have loved to have seen at a bar.
Right.
Just, not quite up to what a lot of other girls on the stage were doing. But no, I mean, at the end of the day, Mandy's been in the bottom all 3 episodes. She's been fantastic every time. I think she's a really charming person, and like you guys will have the opportunity to go see her in Philly, and I know you will. And she's great. She seems really cool, but it's okay to say I don't think she did that well on Drag Race. I'm glad she was there for a whole 3 episodes to really charm people and to be featured every episode. Being in the bottom sucks, but also you've seen her lip sync 3 times. Like we've seen the energy that she has. I'm excited to go see her lip sync someday. But she didn't do that great on this show, and so it was kind of time.
I'm getting a little distracted because there's something about Athena's face that is giving me the Fluke monster from X-Files. And is it hot?
No, this is your the Shape of Water moment.
Yeah, this better not awaken anything in me.
I'm gonna back up TK on that for a
second. A little lamprey down there.
Elvis has altogether 3 Grammys, and if Elvis can have 3 Grammys, then I feel like it's okay if Mandy Mango is in 3 episodes of Drag Race. And that's a thing. Like, not everybody who is super spectacular is always respected for their spectacularness. Something that was really interesting is, we're seeing this conversation in Untucked, and we felt that Athena might be dogged for her performance, and ultimately Breyer was dogged for her performance. And I'll be honest, I didn't think that Breyer outperformed Mandy. I didn't think Mandy outperformed Breyer. I thought that it was 2 incredibly different people. I don't know how you compare an impressionist to a modernist. Like, it's not the same thing. So, but I do think these girls all earned their keep.
And I really do think, even though Mandy is an early out, she got a lot of screen time because of being in the bottom. And I do think she charmed even, it sucks because unfortunately Drag Race is a cruel fandom. And sometimes, if you're in the bottom 3 times, a lot of people are going to get online and say you were bad. Like, you're a bad queen. You just didn't do good. It's good that you're gone. But I think that's a really vocal, annoying, shitty minority that ruins fandom. And really what most people will have is the reaction we had, which is, bummer that you had to go. I see why it was now. And I'm so glad that I got to see your energy 3 different times and really get to know you, when you were in the bottom and getting talking heads when you were in the bottom and, showing your energy. And now I really like you.
And anybody who wants to get out there and go support Mandy Mango, she's going to be at Fabrica this Sunday. Get there. It's her and Anitra. Go show her respect. Go show her love.
Catch Anitra, especially if she shows up.
We are going to be trying to balance all of our options. I'm a big Camp Out boy. Me and older boyfriend have a locale at Camp Out in East Stroudsburg. And so we are going to possibly go see an East Stroudsburg in Pennsylvania drag show. But otherwise, I think we might just wind up at Fabrica on Sunday to go tell Mandy Mango that she is a delicious part of our fruit salad, to tell Anitra that we are going to walk that fucking duck, and go out and support local drag, even when it's the big girls. Because if you go to Fabrica, you're not just going to see those 2. You're going to see the 4 openers as well. And then tip those girls handsomely.
Also, it got a 2nd season, which is coming up soon. It's going to be super great. I really could see Mandy for Slation Royale season 3 or 4.
I would also like that a lot. Similar to how I'm sort of like, maybe Dulce will get to go to Latino Royale.
Yeah.
Right?
No, don't fuck with me. What I really, really am dreaming of is Selena Estides on Latino Royale. Honestly, Slation Royale was one of the best experiences I have ever had in Drag Race. I'm an Arizona Brandy boy, beginning to end. She was... bring a ding. I can't stop thinking about Phoenix. These girls were, it's sort of what Duncan Sheik said about Jeff Buckley. Even his failures were favorite songs. Even the girls I didn't want to see take first were favorites any other season. And honestly, the Royale franchise could possibly be the thing that elevates Drag Race to fine art from incredible modernist art.
Well, and I think it can be a real cultural uniting factor because we do celebrate, cultures that include drag that are not American culture, that are not British culture, that are not these really obvious white colonized cultures. We celebrate all these places where people have such pride in their heritage, but often, it doesn't get celebrated quite the way we would want to see it get celebrated on Drag Race. The framework in, US, British, Australia, the framework that they have, just like, Canada, these shows sometimes can't have a queen where English is their second language. Like, we just watched what's her name on Canada, Velma. They just had such a hard time. It's like a country where a lot of people speak French, and they had such a difficult time featuring this woman because of her language barrier. And don't get me wrong, US is worse about stuff like that. So to have franchises,
I speak English, she speaks English, I speak Spanish, she speaks Spanish, and sometimes when she speaks English and Spanish, I still can't understand her.
and that's that's just the contestants. I mean, Ru really can't handle it. Producers can't. So like the fact that people get high quality feature Drag Race franchises that really celebrate cultural heritage and geographical stories that are not ours, I think it's so cool. I think it's such a great feature. And it gives, everybody should really get into it because it's such a chance to get to experience something you would never get to otherwise.
You're so right. And as somebody who, took French for 3 years, like I do feel a little bit of a francophile vibe. And like to keep my French up, started reading famous children's books in French. And I really connected with Velma in part because I did understand her so clearly, and I'm also Cuban, and so like my grandmother spoke with like an accent, and like my aunt spoke with an accent, and so like for me Spanish and French are so automatic. But like I know for contributor Jonah, who his absence here tonight is felt like a hollow echo. It's so hard. He took German for years as an engineer because a lot of engineers are German, and he connects with the Germanic girls, and like your perspective gives so much. I can't wait to learn what I don't know about South African content with Drag Race South Africa. I can't wait to know what I don't know about the other Asian franchises as they become part of my experience. I do wish that WoW wasn't using AI dubs. I wish that WoW was using cultivated, paid-for dubs, because those people deserve money, and they are exquisite for being able to speak 2 languages. But, also, real quick, Jane saying, I think Juicy's winning. Whoa, like, this is my favorite Jane on TV since Drop Dead Diva. I, without question, think that Jane deserves top 4. Anybody who thought, because Jane, really, girl, please write me a letter of rec. But like anybody who thinks that I was dogging Jane, I'm not. I just feel like they're setting her up for a fall. They're treating her so high that the other girls are going to be like, no, this bitch. And then the other judges are going to be like, no, this bitch.
Well, and it's exactly what just happened with Ginger that is leading to this endless Drag Race news cycle. They were so ham-fisted in saying that Ginger was great, and Ginger was good the whole time. I felt like I needed no commentary or adjusting of anything to feel like it was very plausible that Ginger could and should win. I did not need ridiculous praise. I did not need wins that could have gone to somebody else. And now it's just this whole thing that we're constantly dealing with. And the same is true for Jane. She could have been in the top of the challenge and they could have said, you were really great. And that would have been plenty.
TK, one of the reasons that I was so willing to jump into Drag Race with you is because I've always felt that you have a really balanced look at things, and you and Jonah really coaxed us into this. I loved Trixie, I loved Bob, and you guys were like, no, go do it. I mean, I love Chad because I'm a huge Cher fan, but like, you guys were like, no, the other girls are worth it. And it's the understanding that some girls are like not A+, they're A's, and that's great. But like, there's a value to not giving every girl an S+. And that's where this show will sometimes be like, girl didn't do great.
Yeah, and I think, well, one of the things that I love about Drag Race is that we get to see like so many S+ tier queens. It becomes difficult after a certain point to believe that one of them can only be the ultimate supreme plus tier. And so I kind of like having some tighter competition, but also just makes me sad because then people aren't getting their flowers like they should.
It's tough because one of the things that I am so aware of is that regional drag is a factor. Like, the girls that I see when I'm at Camp Out in Pennsylvania, I don't know that they would like Cat Queen all over New York. And the girls that I love so much from Asbury, I don't know that they are the end all and be all in Miami. But like, that's part of what's so tough. Like, I don't love heated rivalry. I like it a lot, but I don't love it. And one of the things is it's because it's important to remember that queer isn't one thing. I've been out since I'm 12. At 40, I don't know that I need another coming out story. I feel like there aren't enough stories about being out, proud, and existing. Drag Race is the same thing. There are girls that love dance music. There are girls that love reggaeton. There are girls that love EDM. There are girls that love rock music. There are girls that love punk, that love R&B, that love soul. And if you don't think that all of that is valid, then maybe the rainbow of Drag Race isn't for you. But like, I open my heart to every one of these girls every time we get to meet the queens, because whether you love, I don't know, Zydeco, or you love country music, I have room for you. I don't have room for Zydeco. I don't have room for country music.
Sometimes.
Okay, Sophie Zalmani, I'll remember you. Okay, because it's Buffy, but like, I have room for these girls. And I probably think that in a lot of ways, Darlene's insect is horrifying. But one of the reasons that I love it is because it's exciting. It's different. Also, Howie, I don't look a day over 28. Boy, come here. I have a whole lot for you.
Don't gas him up like that.
Gas me up like that. I'm a classic car.
We all deserve it.
I should also say, you're not yet 40.
Oh
no, me and this guy have our birthday in February, and so we're those Aquarius.
But I will be 41.
Okay, the problem is you're 41 and look 19, so you can just absolutely choke on that giant tongue. Okay,
be like 25.
I'm
Please
just short.
Please don't choke on your tongue. I love you too much.
I'm gonna do my best. Don't worry.
So one of the things that I think is so special about Untucked is that Untucked gives us this opportunity to look at these girls and us just talk over it. But the other thing that it does is that these girls are unique and special, and Drag Race is about crafting a competitive narrative, but Untucked is about crafting individual girls. I love these individual girls, but the truth is, even in every Broadway cast, right? Like, as a big Broadway boy, I don't, Adam Pascal also had Aida, and Daphne Rubin Vega also had Anna in the Tropics, but did Anthony Rapp also have You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown? Everybody calm down. And so, like, there's a depth to what we think about these girls and how we see them interacting with the bigger picture of Drag Race. And I think if Jane doesn't win, or if Athena doesn't win, because there can't be two winners. And if there is two winners, fine. If Nene doesn't win, any one of the three of them would be so welcome on any versus the world, on any All-Stars, that I would be really excited. You know, TK, when you brought up Page 6, one of my favorite UK competitors, although, you know, Taurus, top, my absolute favorite UK competitor in years. If Page 6 wound up somehow on the girls that didn't US season, I'd lose my shit, because she's so special to me. She was one of the most underrated queens for me in Meet the Queens, and then by episode 2 I was like, no, she wins. And when you get to know someone's artistry, when you look deeper, when you find out what makes them who they are, I'll be honest, I didn't really love Celine Dion until I was like 15 years old, and I got Design of a Decade.
So old.
And you became a middle-aged woman?
I became like, oh, I like these songs. And then when she did a couple of more songs, I was like, oh, who gives a shit? And TK was like, no, I love her. Would you please give this documentary a chance? The documentary on Celine Dion kind of changed my life. I really learned what it meant to like respect someone. And that is how I feel about these girls. When you meet one of these girls in the Meet the Queens, okay, that's a great bravado. And then when you meet them on the show, that's a really great look at them. But when you meet them on Untucked, that's such a unique perspective. And when you're lucky enough to get a girl like a Monet, like a Bob, like a Thorgy, like, maybe let me pick a girl who's more recent, like a Gottmik, like any of them who will put themselves out there on podcast, on YouTube, you get to understand how they are such incredible people. And it's the person that I connect to. I don't connect to the artifice, I connect to the person. And I'm so grateful that Untucked makes that possible.
Yes, and it's part of what... So it's really interesting. We're not going to get into the Canada's finale, but Canada has, on their social media, been releasing tiny clips of the gals getting ready, little cut scenes that have been very impressionable to me. We got to see Sammy and Van talk about both kind of being from Arcadia. Van's family is from Arcadia, like that kind of connection. We got a lot of like backstories on girls that we weren't getting otherwise in Canada, and I think that I was very sad when I found out that other franchises don't get Untucked, because I think that Untucked is actually one of the most important parts of the Drag Race experience for launching these girls.
Yes.
And it's tough because it's not that I would want to cut down the amount of backstage time that we have. It's that it takes me out of the narrative to have to go back and see what was going on, knowing who's about to go home. I like when it's in the episode, but I understand that would make each episode such a beast. So that's the tough part.
Yeah.
Beast?
Right.
But
for Canada and the UK, they're still in that hour range. They're not in the hour and a half that we are with the American. So if they bump to the hour and a half, we could get more of that behind the scenes, catching up, extra time kind of stuff.
Because I do think it is so important to see what is going on, and genuinely more important than the judging. The judging is fun. But, ultimately we all know that the choice is going to be whatever Ru feels like. Sometimes what they say in judgment doesn't even feel like it relates to the choices. It's just Ru kikiing around with the guest judge, and that's fine. But we want to know what's going on with the contestants.
And I only want to say that King Matt TV, I personally think that you are a king of people, but that your issue with the Heathers, no, Raja has never made a mistake in her life.
Except for not marrying me.
Yeah, no, truly. Like, I was... honestly, contributor Jonah was like, "What do you mean that you think Raja is literally flawless beginning to end?" And I was like, Raja has never made a mistake in her life. From the moment I met Raja, I was like, she needs to win the whole series. You can like throw away the rest of the show. Raja. And Raja, Raven, you know, it's funny because season 1, I love BB. I really do, but it's unfortunate that I kind of think that season 1 maybe should have belonged to Angina. I don't mean to be controversial, but Angina is like my life.
Angina.
I don't think that's controversial.
No, it's not controversial. I think Angina is kind of like a perfect season 1 standout character who is just precious and beautiful and amazing.
I love Angina. I love it so much. Her so much, but like I love season 1 so much, despite the filter, despite some kind of wacky girls. And you know, one of the things that I do love about season 1 is it did give us I am beautiful, because let me tell you, occasionally I stand up here week after week.
There are times where that is just all you can hear playing in your head when the world is stacked against you.
It's true.
We happen to see
Week
the
after
final
week.
date of Drag Race Live in Atlantic City. And let me tell you, they tried to like play Chanel off the stage like 4 times. And she kept going, "No, I'm not done." And like,
These girls, this experience.
It was wild. But it was great. Juicy rooting for Briar in this episode of Untucked is great. I'm super here for it. But I do think that Briar is, as TK said earlier, copyright TK accidental, Briar is kind of a goblin. And I think, you know, she's responsible for the Inferno. I think that Mandy Mango is a little bit more palatable. And I don't know that Briar has Final Four energy, but she definitely has drama.
Yeah. I think a lot of the Boston girls are very aware of the real fandom comes after you've left the workroom. And I think the Boston girls that we've seen recently, between her, Corey King, Plain Jane, they've all kind of been living in that realm of, we're here to make some good TV, and I'll see you on the other side when I can parlay my talent in front of you in person.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it is very like the character of Boston. Like, you don't have to be the hottest girl, and I don't mean just drag queens. Like, if you're living your life in Boston, you don't have to be the hottest girl. You're probably not going to be having the most fun. You will not be going to the same bars your New York and LA colleagues. Again, not just drag queens, I'm talking everybody. You're not going to the same parties that they're going to. You're dealing with really horrible snowstorms. You are potentially fighting people with knives for your parking spaces after those snowstorms. Like, Boston breeds a nastiness that, if you go back home after this show, being, you know, the 3 great examples, a Jane, Corey King, or I think now a Briar, and you were just kind of an absolute rotted troll, you're not going to run into a ton of people at your shows who are like, I just wish you'd been nicer. You're going to run into a lot of other people who are like, yeah, I also just got in a screaming match with a random woman on the red line. I think you're great. And while that is, of course, something that can happen in New York, I'm very aware of how very ugly things can get in New York. I mean, it's also the fashion capital of the world, and some people live their whole lives just experiencing nothing but glamour and gorgeousness. And you as a drag queen might sort of get in that zone or want to be in that zone and never want to come off as this role ass character. I think it's a very safe thing to do in Boston. And then, you know, figuring out how to parlay that into your move to LA is really the question. Can you turn it into something? I mean, Corey King did by becoming the cameo queen of the world.
Yeah.
You know,
Like-
she had a plan.
Yeah, her and Plastique, like she conquered Cameo. Plastique took over TikTok, and it's one of those things where it's like, oh no, not just the best drag queen, but the top total.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah, and I mean, I love a queen with a plan like that.
Mm-hmm.
To Breyer, I say, chair bear there, chair bear there. For anybody who has been a part of that, say the images in Rhythm and that guy from Boston getting like 1 trillion views.
It sounds like the secret code to activate Bucky Bonds.
It really does.
Bonds.
What I will also say is that Breyer gave better TV by antagonizing Athena, and Mandy didn't seem to have a backstage relationship with anyone.
Well, we've been talking over it a little bit, but her and Maya apparently got very close. They took a shot of Maya looking very sad when she got her thing. So I think they had a little bit of like a older, younger, like buddies thing.
I think that Mandy Mango gave an honesty, a kindness, and a realism on the stage that perhaps it doesn't necessarily capture well on camera, but that is what girls are like when you go to see your local drag. Guys, support local drag. That is so important. And I'm heartbroken that Mandy isn't going further, but I'm such a big Mandy Mango fan. I'm not walking away feeling like I'll never see her.
I'm gonna have to compliment her on writing that novel on the mirror.
Seriously, that monologue.
I can't imagine. It feels like it's so difficult, so I can't imagine writing that much. Good for her. What talent? There's your talent.
Yeah.
We happy few. It's just the St. Crispin's Day speech.
If she cries, is she a reindeer?
Stop
She's a cutie. She's a sweetheart. She, you know, walks away with a very clean record in terms of, you know, you can't really say anything bad about her. All you can say is like she didn't do great on the show, but she had some amazing lip syncs.
Mm-hmm.
And she didn't do great in the challenges on the show. She had some amazing lip syncs. She's cute as hell in confessionals. Seems really sweet. I would absolutely love to see her live. And for being second out, that's a good way to go.
Yeah.
Well, we are at the end of our broadcast. Does anybody have anything they want to say about RDR Live? I would say, honestly, what I think they really need to start doing, and I know it's not conventional and I know it's not easy, but like you're trying to mimic SNL. Write the sketches to the girls. Stop telling the girls to fit the sketches. It's not the same thing.
But that takes time that I don't think they have.
I can write a song in an hour and a half. And
and that's where I'm saying, like, there are 1,000 hungry TikTok sketch artists who can, from the time that the girls are cast and, you know, their audition tapes are there, and you sort of have a character profile on them, who could write something. There are a lot of people who write sketches, and they're using a staff that they're comfortable with that aren't great sketch writers. They're perfectly good skit writers. I mean, all of these skits would be great for, you know, a corporate retreat where you have to explain how to use Salesforce.
Yes.
But
you're right. I've been to those and I've helped write a few of them. I also think that it's possible that they just don't trust anyone else. I think they are very concerned about hey, if you hire a sketch artist off of TikTok, they might not keep their mouth shut.
100%.
And unfortunately,
just do it anyway. Take the risk.
Yeah, and I think there's a lot in here where so much of the show is still being run like it's on logo when it really should be behaving like it's the flagship of MTV at this point. So I've watched theaters go through that kind of growing pains, and it's not pretty, and it feels like Drag Race isn't interested in expanding in that way, which is a shame.
I completely agree. KEVO, what do you got?
Yeah, I understand it was mostly facetious, but yeah, King Matt TV. Maybe no more RDR Live. I get sticking with what you're comfortable with, but if you want to see the show expand and grow, you really need to be trying a little bit harder. We want memeable moments from Drag Race that are not just people saying something out of pocket. If you can come up with a good sketch that people will actually enjoy, that's great. That's, such an easy way to try to get more visibility. So it's just kind of leaving money on the table, really. I don't know how I feel about a design challenge next week again already. But I know the week after that, we will have a 2-week, 2-part talent show, finally. So we do know that we have some good stuff coming up, and then who knows, maybe Snatch Game soon after that. I don't mean to be so obsessed, but that and the Rusical are kind of the biggest staples. So I'm excited to see what we are going to end up getting when it comes to those.
I love it. I'm so into it. I think the things that I am the most excited about are probably the talent show and the Rusical, because there is so much to a Rusical and there's so much to a talent show. RDR Live is asking you to be one thing, but honestly, your voice is so different than how you channel one idea of comedy. When you see something is like country comedy, you go for country comedy. When you see something is like noir comedy, which I don't even understand how that's a genre, but it is, and you go for that. Rusical, you sing the way you sing, no matter what you're singing. And so there's so much to be said for how the girls come through in those challenges. I can't wait to see it. And until then, Tori, you are our glamazon. You are our star baby. You are absolutely the most polished, unbelievably masked girl. And we are so grateful for you. So tell us, how can we also be spramped for the gods? Where can we find you?
You can find me online at SM Tori. That's Tori with an I.
Ugh, I love it. And Tori with an I will follow you all over the place. Speaking of people that I follow all over the place, KEVO, where can everybody find you online?
You can find me on the socials at Kevo Really. That's KEVOREALLY.
TK, you're so handsome, and that hat is just so wonderful. Whoever bought that hat for you really, really loves you and loves your face. Where can they find you?
An equally handsome person bought it for me to transfer handsome energy over to me so I could look this cute. And if you would like to talk about handsome hat energy, you can find me at TK Accidental. Nico, where can they find you?
You guys can find me under this Bianca Del Rio hat at NICO Action, NICOACTION. You guys can also check out my music at NICO Action Music, NICOACTIONMUSIC. We love making this show for you guys. We do it over here at X's for Show. Like, comment, and subscribe because you are amazing. We think you are the star, but we also want to hear that you guys think we're the star, so definitely do that commenting and tell us how cute we are. But other than that, guys, do us 3 favors. Number 1, please keep watching this show and stay safe. Number 2, please be brave. It's a crazy world out there. But number 3, please evolve daily. Who you were yesterday, that is the person that got eliminated first. Pork chop, who you are today, that is the person that is keeping on moving to next week. But who you are tomorrow, that is the crown, baby. So until you get crowned because you are a winner, baby, we'll see you.
Bye.